was little of that on this particular route. This was the road which you would travel on to get to the front line. And just off this road, 20 miles before reaching the Serbian border, we stopped at the town of Vukovar, a town which was virtually destroyed during the war and still has the scars to prove it. In the pre-conflict days of former Yugoslavia, Croats and Serbs lived here together peacefully. But the war changed all that, as Vukovar became a microcosm of the conflict, with civilians paying a huge cost. Absolute total devastation. Bullet holes everywhere. I mean, they've rebuilt a lot of it, but it's still battered. It's still like mullered. By the end, almost nothing was left. Sad though, sad. It's estimated that 2,000 of Vukovar civilians were killed, 800 went missing, and 22,000 were forced into exile. Just that element of death in the air and just, I dread to think what happened here, you know. Must have been horrendous. I crossed the border into Serbia, heading to the capital of Belgrade. I'd heard some mind-blowing stuff so far, and that was only half the story. What, I wonder, will be waiting for me there?
Everywhere we go, we fight with something or someone.
I like when they beat each other. I like when they beat police. I think that's life. That's football.
It's the same feeling like a sex with two girls. In Belgrade, no rules. It's no rules.
The first thing I noticed about Belgrade was how different it was from Split and Zagreb. It felt more Eastern European and had echoes of the old communist regime. Serbia also uses a different alphabet from Croatia.
In Croatia, sort of work it out a little bit, you know what I mean? Here is Cyrillic. Get on that there, I don't know if you can see that over there. I ain't got a clue what it means, you know what I mean? Could mean anything, I mean, it's like alien writing.
Belgrade is home to the two biggest teams in Serbia, Partizan and Red Star. Two clubs that are literally around the corner from each other. Partizan Belgrade's firm are called the Grobari, which means grave diggers, whilst Red Star Belgrade's firm is the Delier, or the Heroes. Two firms who also went to fight in the war for their country, Serbia. It was the Delier of Red Star who were involved in the infamous riot of 1990 that is believed to have started the war. I'd come here to meet them because, like the firms in Croatia, they too had gone from the terrace to the front line. Some of them were led by this man. This is Arkan, seen here leading the players off the pitch during the 1990 riot. At the time, he was officially Red Star Belgrade's head of security. He also controlled the Delier. Petar Ilic used to be one of the Delier and travelled with them all over Europe. He experienced the charisma of Arkan firsthand.
Actually, he was our leader in 1890. He had his crew among himself, and the guy adored him. He was very brave, and that's the things which, you know, you must count on a brave man on terrace.
Arkan was a proud Serb, and when the Civil War began, he set up a paramilitary group known as the Tigers. The group was established under the auspices of the Serb-controlled Yugoslav government. The Tigers had been recruited by Arkan from the Delier. After all, who better to enlist than hardcore Serbs with a history of violence?
Some like him very much, they choose to went to war with him. Those guys think that they are doing the right thing for Serbia, and probably that's why they went to fight.
I'd come to Belgrade to meet with the Delier, but they, it seemed, didn't want to meet me.
For the past 6 weeks, the production team have been trying to make contact with the current members of the Delier to hear their story. Problem is, they won't talk to us. They've spoken to British journalists before in the past, and they feel they've been dubbed as war criminals because of the association with Arkan.
Belgrade's other firm, though, were not as shy as their city rivals. The grobbery, or gravediggers of partisan Belgrade, were more than happy to welcome us and show us what they're like. 20-year-old Kimmy first stood with the grobbery when he was 14, and now he's about to stand trial for being involved in fighting at football. He's a member of a smaller group within the grobbery called Alcatraz.
We are Alcatraz. We are part of grobbery. We are the strongest group on South Tribune and probably on Balkan.
Every month, the grobbery family get together for a party. There's food, drink, drugs, and karaoke. But it's not all fun and games, because this lot are armed and dangerous.
When we have weapons, we fight with weapons. We haven't weapons, we fight with no weapons.
The grobbery are always up for it, especially when it comes to their neighbours, Red Star. There's always trouble, and today is Derby Day. It's Saturday, 1 p.m, and in the streets around Partizan's ground, fans are starting to arrive, although they may be slightly outnumbered by the old Bill. Johnny is one of the top boys of Alcatraz, and he and the lads are ready and waiting.